Hey, Warrior Saints, happy Friday. Welcome to today's edition of our Crucifixional live stream. As always, make sure you check out warriorsaints.org. Visit us, check out what we've got offering you. We've got our Way of the Warrior Saint, our flagship offering, which is a library complete, replete, saturated, got tons of stuff in it that you can use to help you be the best version of you that you can be. The version of you that Christ is calling you to be, the version of you that is following that path that is the Way of the Warrior Saint, the path of crucifixional living. You can also get a copy of Father Chris's book, which has in it something very special. This fantastically, beautifully eloquated and wonderfully written endorsement of the book by Dr. Gregory J. Abdullah. That's me. I could sign it for you right there if you'd like, if you get your copy today by visiting warriorsaints.org. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. What we are here to talk about today, these guys are laughing at me. I don't know why they're laughing at me. I think that what I wrote was wonderful, and I think you should check it out too. So buy your copy of the book, and then you can see what I wrote about the book. Anyway, today, we're going to talk about the Gospel of Matthew, because in today's Gospel of Matthew, we have this beautiful passage that actually explains why Orthodox churches are built the way that they are built. And I want to talk about it just for a little bit because it's really awesome. And it says in Matthew 24, verse 27, "For as the lightnings come from the east and shines as far as the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man." When I was a little kid, I always was wondering, why do the Orthodox churches face east? Why do we face east like that? Is it, similar to like in the Muslim faith where they always face Mecca to pray or what's going on there? And I asked a bishop once and he said, well, that's because we believe that when the second coming happens, that is where Christ has come. So we always stand facing there. And we get that from Scripture because literally that's what it says, right? Because that's what we do. We look at Scripture and we read it, and we understand it literally. So because it says that the Son of Man is going to rise from the east, therefore we need to build our churches to face east, because that's where the Son of Man is coming from. Right? No. As we just heard yesterday, literalism is the death of intellect. There is something more going on. Something else is happening that is showing you how you are called to live. It's not just that we stand there waiting for Jesus to come and we just want to be making sure that we're looking in the right direction when it's happening. If you want to do that, there was a church that was advertising on CNN once when they were talking about Christians in the Middle East. They have a video camera that you can find on the internet that is a live webcam shot of the field Armageddon because they want to be there when the second coming happens. That's literally what they said. That's not who we are. But who we are people who live in anticipation. We live our lives in anticipation for that second coming. We stand facing east, not because we want it to happen, but to remind us that we need to live a life so that when it does happen, we are prepared. So that when it does happen, we have lived a life that Father Chris was talking about yesterday that has been of greatness. That has been a life where we have taken the life of Christ as our own. Where we have walked that path of crucifixional living. Where we have walked along the way of the warrior saint. So that we are getting to where we need to be. And we face east in anticipation of that, as a reminder that we are always called to be ready. St. Basil the Great, Father Chris mentioned him yesterday, has this beautiful quote that I like to use all the time, where he's talking about the image and likeness. And he says, the first we have by our creation. We just have the image. It just happens. You are given the image of God when you are created. But the likeness is built by our free choice. We build that up through our actions, through being the men and women that we are called to be, the men and women that we are created to be, men and women who are warrior saints, who are living the crucifixional life, who are walking along the path. And every time we walk into a church, we are reminded of what that path is as we face east, knowing that this is where the Son of Man is going to come from. And it's not easy to do. We need some help along the way. I need help along the way. Father Chris needs help along the way. Eli needs help along the way. We all need help along the way. And we can do this by coming together, working together, striving together, fighting together, building each other up so that we are all building up the likeness of God within ourselves and helping each other to build up the likeness within themselves. And that's what we're here doing right now. That's literally why we're here. Yeah, literally. That's why we're here. We're here so that we can come every day to offer you something that will help you along the way, help you along your path, help you to build up your likeness. And like I mentioned before, one of the best things that we've got to help you do that is our flagship program, The Way of the Warrior Saint, which you can access by visiting warriorsaints.org, signing up, and really finding these implementable tools that exist just for the purpose of making sure that we can all be ready when that day eventually comes. Keep walking on the way of the Warrior Saint.